Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I love to make a lot of dollar store oriented makeup and shopping content. So if that is your thing, you are definitely in the right place. Of course, to all my returning Dollar Divas, thank you so much for coming on back. This is a video that I have been meaning to make for a while and I hope I'm not too late. I think we're on the cusp of wedding season and I know people get married all different times of the year, but it seems like summer, fall, people tend to get married the most. I don't know if that's true. So this is gonna be like a wedding makeup look using all dollar store makeup. It's not just Dollar Tree, it's also like Family Dollar, Dollar General, all that kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure all the products I have today are like under $5. A lot of them under $3. So that's a really good thing. So yeah, it's just gonna be a really pretty, kind of light makeup look that just brings out like your best features, as I think wedding makeup should be. So yeah, like I said, I've been meaning to make it for a while, so here we are. So I'll have all my relevant content and playlists linked down below in the description box. That way if you like this video, you can watch some more content like this. So I'm wearing white, you know, just for the occasion. And without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So if I were getting married and need to do my makeup for a wedding, using dollar store makeup in my collection, these are the products that I would use. Some of the things are newer discoveries, some are things I've been using for a while, so we're gonna start out with something that just makes me feel comfortable. Like on your wedding day, you wanna look great. You know, of course, like not everybody has the luxury of being able to like go out and buy special makeup or get their makeup done. So you wanna feel comfortable. So we want our makeup to last all day. This is a special occasion. So of course we're gonna go in with primers. So these are Dollar Tree LA Colors products. I've got the matte finish eye primer and the face primer. These came out a couple of months ago. So like I said, of course, you know, we want to prime and make things last and look as good as they can. This is a really nice feeling face primer. It also says it evens out skin tone. I don't know if it does that color-wise or not, but it certainly gives a nice finish to the skin and feels nice and smooth. Then we've got the eye primer, and this actually has a little bit of, whereas the face primer is kind of like, it was kind of like a white clear formula, this is like a yellow formula, which is really nice because I feel personally that it helps even out the lids, which is usually what I wear concealer for on my eyelids. But I'm really getting into using eyeshadow primer more, mainly because I've started noticing a difference in how good my eyeshadow goes on. Particularly, it makes it go on a little bit more pigmented, I believe. I really do feel that way. For a long time, I didn't really notice a difference. You know, and this is gonna hopefully, I don't have this problem, but I know some people do. I don't have really oily eyelids, but an eyeshadow primer should help and cut down on that. So, of course, on your wedding day, you don't want anything like that to happen. See how that kind of adds like a nice kind of, it's not red, my eyes don't look dark, it just kind of tones down the color that's in my eyelids. So now we're gonna go with my trusted LA Colors brow pencil. This is what I would reach for if I were getting married today. Like, and I wanted to feel most confident with my eyebrows. And so it actually has a little spoolie on it, which is wonderful. You don't need an extra product. And this is in the shade medium. They have several shades, so the likelihood of you finding a shade that you like is very likely. I find compared to other pencils that I've tried at the Dollar Tree, I've tried Ione and I've tried B Beauty Essentials. This one here is the least warm. It's just kind of the most neutral, which is really kind of works for anybody and everybody. You know, sometimes people get their makeup done on a special, like for a special occasion, like prom or like a wedding. And I've heard of so many people that have not liked their makeup when someone else has done it. Now granted, there's a lot of people that do, but I think if you know how to do your makeup and you're happy with your skills, there ain't nothing wrong with doing that, because generally it's gonna be how you're most comfortable. I feel, I don't know. So now I'm gonna go in with a really nice dollar store concealer. I found this at either Dollar General or Family Dollar, I can't remember, but I do think both stores have this. It's the LA Colors Conceal It Cover and Correct Concealer. This is in the shade Light. So we're gonna use this to conceal, and I'm gonna clean up my eyebrows. Of course, if this is not a step that you do, you know, skip it, but it's got a little brush on the end of it that I don't really use. I'll use it when like I apply it, but I'll always use some kind of a brush. We're just gonna go in, and I just kind of wanna clean up under my eyebrows. And then I take a concealer brush and I just kind of go in and smooth around. See, that just really does make like a nice difference, I feel. And I don't know if I got my makeup done professionally, if the makeup artist would do this or not. So now for eyeshadow, of course you can do a million different things. I'm gonna keep it very soft, very natural. Just try to bring out my eyes a little bit, add a little definition. Nothing crazy. Y'all know, you know me, I go crazy with my eyeshadow. Plain and simple, I do. But I'm gonna really try not to today. So I've got a few palettes from the Dollar Tree that are in like nice, soft, neutral color stories. This is a recent find. I thought this color story was really beautiful for like a wedding. You know, of course, anything in the, you know, neutral, smoky would work. This one here is a little bit more in like a taupe blush. It's from the LA Colors Nude Glow line, and this is in the color story Pink Love. Then this one here, you see these all the time at the Dollar Tree. This is the LA Colors 6-pan eyeshadow palette in Hot. Then these aren't the best, but I did want to keep them on hand because there might be some dark colors in here that I might need, or might need to reach for, or this might be all that you find at your Dollar Tree. But these are the color stories, Trendy and Traditional. There are a couple other eyeshadow palettes that from my Dollar Tree collection that I could have pulled out. Like this one here has a slightly more like blush, like pink kind of color story. There's been some recent like launches as far as quads go from LA Colors this year and the end of last year, and they're all pretty neutral color stories. So of course, anything, this is where you can really use your imagination, of course. So we've just primed our eyelids pretty much no matter what eye look you're gonna do. It's really good to go over your lid, and this is just basics. This is just basics with like a neutral color. And what that's gonna do is gonna lay down a color in between your lid and the other shadows. It prevents your darker shadows from going on patchy. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's not gonna look like it's doing a whole lot, but what it's gonna do is just kind of give a nice smooth canvas for the darker shades of eyeshadow. So see, there you go, just a very light base. Nothing crazy. So in this particular eyeshadow palette, I'm gonna go into a slightly darker shade. And like I said, it could be any type of a shade like that, any slightly different color tone depending on the color story you're choosing. And I'm just gonna kind of blend that into my crease. And it's just gonna start adding a little bit of dimension. Like I said, I'm not going crazy with this eye look at all. And you've heard me say it on my channel a million times if you're not new, but if you are new to my channel, the LA Colors quads that you find at the Dollar Tree are really good quality. They're a little bit better. These are like the worst quality, and these are slightly better, but the quads are usually always like top notch. And recently they had some duos that I found that were also beautiful as well. So see, that adds just a little bit of depth, and it didn't go on patchy, went on nice and smooth. Of course, the quality of these eyeshadows is really nice, but having that layer down like underneath really helps. So now in this palette right here, I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's a brown that has a slightly plum undertone. See how nice it goes with that palette? And I'm gonna use this to kind of just smoke out just a little bit, nothing crazy. So I'm gonna take like a shorter, more compact brush. So I'm gonna try to go with a lighter hand on this. And just deepen that up just a bit up into the crease, and I'm gonna keep it towards the outside. See, there we go. It's nothing too crazy, just really soft, really soft. There's a little bit of fallout, but it's nothing too crazy, nothing that can't be cleaned up. And I do, of course, I mean, if you are new to my channel and you're catching my tutorials for the first time, there's kind of one of two ways people do their makeup. They start with the face and then do the eyes, and I did that for a really long time. But see how that happens? Because I'm a little heavy-handed, and even when I try to go lighter-handed, it doesn't really help. I do my eyes first. That way I don't have to wipe off my concealer and stuff and all that good stuff. I just find it kind of takes away some of the frustration of sometimes doing makeup. So we go, just a little bit of a deepening, still very soft. Now we're gonna add a little bit of shimmer, not too much. Generally speaking, I'm gonna make this a very matte look. I am not a makeup artist, by the way, but I've always read and have heard that in photographs, and of course on your wedding day, you're gonna take pictures, lots of pictures. Generally, a more matte finish looks best in photos. But I am gonna add a little shimmer to the eyes, so. And I think I'm gonna probably use both of these shades. I'm gonna use like a little flat brush. Of course, I'm gonna wet it as always. This is some setting spray you can find. I think I got this one at like Dollar General or Family Dollar. I think it was $3 or $4, or at the Dollar Tree you can find these little LA Colors setting sprays. Either way, just get you some setting spray. We're gonna use it at the end too to set our makeup, which I don't always do unless I really am gonna have like a long day. A wedding day would be a long day. So I'm gonna go into that darker shimmer right there, and I'm gonna kind of place that on the middle part of my eye. And we will blend all these shades in a little bit better once we get them all done and all laid down. Then I'm gonna go into this lighter shimmer right here. Y'all have to excuse my nails. I just took off like my gel polish and they're just a mess. It's just, sometimes it's a hopeless situation. I'm gonna spray and I'm gonna put this on the inner third of my eye. Like I said, I'm still gonna kind of make it, we're gonna blend it. I just wanna get it kind of laid down. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna kind of wanna get rid of the line between the lighter shade. So I'm gonna add some of the darker shade in, because I don't want a ton of that lighter shade. I don't want it to be super shimmery, you know? So I just put a little bit more of that darker shimmer in the middle. So there we go, we have a very light look. We will end up going in and just doing some stuff underneath and all that kind of thing. Probably a little something under the brow bone, but we will come back to that. We're gonna move on to liner and lashes. So I'm not gonna use liquid liner. Usually I use liquid liner on the top and I'll use pencil liner on the inside, but I think I'm just gonna, again, keep it soft, and pencil liner is the best way to do that. This pencil liner, okay, the Ione at the Dollar Tree is amazing. Hard to find, especially now anymore, but I got this at, I think, Dollar General. It's the LA Colors Gel Eyeliner, and you guys, it is so, so good. I think it's like $2. Amazing. So I'm just gonna go in and do a very light line. Nothing too crazy. I always do a wing, but I'm not gonna really do, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a wing today. And I'm gonna get really close to my lash line. There we go, just like that. Now I'm even gonna take like a little brush, like any kind of like a compact kind of a brush. And I'm gonna smudge this a little bit. I don't usually do this, but this is a different look. And I'm just gonna go in and just kind of smudge this ever so slightly. So literally like the hardest thing in the world is to get them even, but I think we're kind of okay. So the next step is, there's two options with your lashes, of course. So of course you can pick which one you want. If it were me, I would pick false lashes just because I like false lashes, but not everybody does. I feel like lashes in the last few years have gotten to be a more regular thing that people wear, but there's still, I'm sure, a lot of people that don't. So of course you can use false lashes, and I do have a separate tutorial that if you do want to use false lashes, I'll have that link down below. And of course at the Dollar Tree you can find lots of lashes. I like the Ionis, but sometimes they're a little bit dramatic, probably for some people's taste, but you can get the Ione lash glue for $1.25 there. And then these are really nice if you can find them. I find that they're pretty readily available, at least at my Dollar Trees. The LA Colors Jewel Eyes. And they have a couple different styles. This is the style Brilliant. And they're very comparable to like an Ardell Demi Wispy. Really light, really easy to put on. Just dramatic enough, but not too dramatic. Of course, if you have smaller eyes, you might need to trim them. I don't usually need to trim these. So if you want to use lashes, like I said, I'll have that tutorial link down below so you can catch that. But I'm just going to do primer and mascara today. So I recently picked this mascara up at Family Dollar, but they also sell it at Dollar General. So depending on which one you have in your area. This is the LA Colors Biggie Lash Tubing Mascara. It comes in this metallic pink container. It's $4. My favorite mascara is by Essence. It's the one in the green with the green stuff on the tube. It's like the best. This is like second best, and this is a dollar store tutorial, so I'm keeping it dollar store. That's like $5, I think. Excellent. If you want something from the dollar store, this one here is also really good. Really don't mess with any other LA Colors mascara. At least the ones I've tried from like Dollar Tree. There was another one I tried from the Dollar General that was like, I think it was $2.50, and it was no good. But I tried this in a recent testing new Dollar Tree makeup. This mascara primer, this was from the Dollar Tree, this is from the Nude Glam line. It's just one of those white primers that you can put under your lashes. And I didn't use it with a good mascara. I'm wanting to use it now with a good mascara. So we're gonna go in with this first, and you'll be able to see that it turns your lashes white. But what it's doing is adding a coating that will thicken and lengthen your lashes. So you can see my eyelashes are white, and I might actually need to go over my eyeliner. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the mascara. I just put lotion on my hands and I can't open it. So here's what the brush looks like for this mascara. And we're just gonna go in, and like I said, I have high hopes that, I know this mascara is really pretty good from the dollar store. Like I said, another really great, super affordable option is Essence. And I'm gonna end up putting a couple of coats of this on, and I'm gonna refrain from doing my bottom lashes just because, you know, that's asking for trouble. So there we go, we get a couple coats on, and like I said, if you just don't like false lashes, this right here would be really good. Of course, if you have better lashes than mine, you are much better off. But a really nice dollar store match, nice mascara, nice primer. Like I said, you could of course wear false lashes if you wanted to. So now we're gonna come back and finish up the eyes, but we're gonna move on to the face first. So a couple really good dollar store options, things you can actually find right at the Dollar General. The first is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. This is the shade Buff. It's a medium to full coverage, beautiful, beautiful foundation. It's like high end, and it's like $4.50. Awesome, awesome foundation. Then another really nice option is the LA Colors Truly Matte. It's a long-wearing, high pigment foundation. I have the shade Nude, and I think this is $4. So either one, you can't go wrong with either one. I'm gonna go with this today just because I haven't used it as much on my channel. But yeah, either one is fabulous. And I'm just using a makeup sponge. I don't know if this one is from the Dollar Tree that I'm using. It might be an e.l.f. one, I cannot remember, but Dollar Tree has lots of makeup sponges, and there's a lot of people that sometimes don't seem to know this, but you are supposed to wet them. I've seen some really big YouTube channels that they don't wet the sponges, and I was actually watching a program or television show, I'm getting old, where the creator of the Beauty Blender talked about how people like do it wrong. Like, you need to wet these types of sponges. It prevents them from soaking up too much product, but it also, that's what really helps spread the foundation and, you know, makes the sponge soft. So I'm gonna go back in with that concealer, and of course, any problem spots that you have, just go ahead and cover up. And you could use your Beauty Blender, of course, or you can use like a concealer. I like a concealer brush, but either one will work. Concealer brush. This is one from It Cosmetics, but I have an e.l.f. one that I actually in a lot of ways like better. I have that at work, at my vanity in work, and it's like $4 or something like that. It's really cheap. Then this here is a wonderful product as well. I found this at Family Dollar. It's the LA Colors Setting Powder. It mattifies and sets makeup. And I find it to be very comparable to the Essence Brighten Up Powder. I think they're about the same price. Really, really nice. It's also got its own puff, which you can use, and a mirror for touch-ups. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Real Techniques sponge. And I'm gonna like bake under my eyes. Of course, you don't have to do this, but what this does, and that is just where you take kind of a bunch of the powder. Of course, this will help brighten up under your eyes. Kind of get my T-zone. Then we're gonna let that sit. And what that does, and like I said, you don't have to do this. You can just take a powder and just kind of set down your makeup with like a brush or a puff or something like that. What this right here is gonna, as your skin heats up, it's gonna kind of melt the powder, and it's gonna kind of smooth out any lines and just kind of help set, like especially like your under eye area, your forehead, that type of thing. So the idea is you let this sit for about 15 minutes, then you kind of brush it off. And during this stage, I like to go ahead and put my bronzer on. It's actually the same thing. It's actually LA Colors again, same packaging. This is in Beach Babe. And this bronzer is really nice. It's just a really nice wearable shade, and it's matte, which is really, really, really nice. And this is at your discretion. I'm gonna try not to go too heavy-handed because I do tend to go very heavy-handed. And I'm actually a little bit tan. I'm a little bit red on my chest today. I do wear sunscreen. It just comes through anyway to a degree. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of a light bronze. Nothing too crazy. Then this blush right here, there's so many really nice LA Colors blushes, like at the Dollar Tree, at some of the dollar stores. But if you want something really affordable, go to the Dollar Tree for $1.25. They've got like 6 or so of these shades of blush. This is in Pink Blush, and it's just a really pretty soft shade, really pretty for a wedding day. You don't want to look like I said, I go heavy-handed on like everything, especially my blush. So I wanted to go with this really nice soft shade today. And this would be even really nice for like paler skin tones. See, just a nice natural flush goes really pretty with the eye makeup and all that kind of thing, so definitely can't go wrong. Now I'm gonna brush off this powder and just kind of move it around. I'll do like a dewy finish like a lot, but like today, like I said, I'm really trying to keep it more on the matte side. So I'm gonna go back into that eyeshadow palette and go into this lighter shade. And I just wanna put a little bit of this under my brow bone. I'm gonna go with a kind of a lighter hand, and you can even use your finger to just kind of spread it out. And I like to just put it like where the brow arches. This is one of those things I can tend to go heavy-handed on as well. So I'm just really trying to keep it very, very soft. I'm gonna go back in with the pencil liner, and I'm gonna only line the waterline on the top. I'm gonna keep it out of the bottom just because it's gonna be a long day, you know? Sometimes people cry and all that stuff, and plus it's a good way to keep the face lifted. I'm actually gonna go back into that shade that we put under the brow bone. I'm gonna dampen the brush just a little bit. I'm just gonna use like a little brush. I'm gonna go in, just kind of wanna brighten up the inner corner just a little bit. See what that does? Just kind of brightens. It's just a little hint of brightness on the inner corner. So now we're gonna finish with the lips. Of course, you could do a red lip, you could do a pink lip, a glossy lip, but I'm gonna do like a nude matte lip. So what I'm gonna use is, these are a couple recent finds at the Dollar Tree. This is the LA Colors Lip Liner Pencil. This was part of the Nude Glam line. This is in Smooth Plum, and it's just a really nice kind of neutral shade. And I'm gonna really try not to overline. I do tend to do that. I have a really nice neutral lip shade. This is from the LA Colors Nude Glam line. This is the shade Bear With Me. So there you go, just a nice nude lip. Of course, you can take the lip kind of any way you like it. I just prefer like a nude look for this, for like a wedding type look. But like I said, you can do whatever. Kept it kind of matte for the photos and all that kind of stuff. Let you get a little closer look. So I'll have some relevant content up here on the screen if you enjoyed this video. Definitely share this with anybody you know that is maybe getting married and might be on a really, really tight budget. Show them that there is makeup at the dollar store that can make you look great and not cost a huge investment. You can still look great on your wedding day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.